So, what if February is actually the most misunderstood month in the wedding market? Have you ever wondered why couples say that they're still thinking more this time of year? Have you ever noticed more saving, fewer replies, and longer decision cycles? Are you working harder right now and trusting the process but feel uneasy anyway? Are you attracting attention but not commitment? What if I told you that February marketing isn't complicated at all? What if it had a simple strategy that most wedding brands just completely miss? Because there is a different way to market this month, and almost no one is doing it. Hey, I'm Mackenzie. I work with wedding businesses who care deeply about their craft and want their marketing to reflect how they actually think. This channel is for people who don't want louder content, but want clearer positioning, better decisions, and clients who actually understand their value. If that sounds like you, you're in the right place. And if you want to be part of the conversation, you can subscribe or join the community. Just comment below. Okay, without further ado though, let's get into it. So what actually happens with marketing in February? A few years ago, I noticed something completely strange. Every February, I'd get the same message from different wedding businesses. The same tone, the same exact worry. I feel like people are interested, but no one is moving. And this interested me because it isn't because marketing just stops working or that no one's interested in your business anymore. But it's because February means something different to couples. And once you see that shift, you're never going to be able to unsee it. So, by the end of this video, you're going to understand why February behaves the way it does and how to market with it instead of fighting against it. Let's start here. What actually happens in February in the marketing industry? So, February is not a slow month. It's a processing month. So, January is action and March is momentum. But February is for more evaluation. Couples, they're not idle, they're still there. They're just thinking. Most wedding brands make their first mistake right here. They're treating February like it's January with just less energy. So they're doing more post, more urgency, more like buy now, more book now language. And that pushes couples back instead of pulling them closer. And why is that? It's because February buyers are not deciding if they want a wedding. They've already made that choice. The date's probably set, their guest list is already growing, and the Pinterest boards, let me tell you, they're already full. But what they are deciding is often subconscious. It's who are they going to trust to make it happen? Who gets them? Who sees the vision that they can't fully articulate? And who's going to make them feel confident instead of anxious? And that's a very different job. This gets into the secret of February buyer psychology in the wedding world. Here's what's happening right now in couples' heads. January, they were dreaming. It was Pinterest boards, engagement glow, all the possibility. It was purely emotional. February is more of reconciliation. They're asking, can we actually afford this? Do our priorities align with these people? What actually matters to us during this time? And who do we feel safe handling this for us? They're trying to be logical. And this is where most brands end up losing clients. Because instead of answering those types of questions, they're still selling outcomes. They're talking about pretty weddings, the full galleries that they have, highlight reels of the work they've done. And that actually makes couples overthink and become more stressed out. In February, couples need reassurance. They need to know, will this feel worth it later? Will I regret this decision? Will this person understand us when it comes down to it? Long story short, your content must build trust and remove guesswork, or you're not going to see any more bookings. Let's break this down. The February framework. This is the exact framework I use for February marketing for my clients who have actually booked over thousands of dollars in revenue. I call it the 3 R's. So R1 is reassure. Let me break a common misconception. Reassurance is not testimonials, but it's anticipation management. Think of it this way. Instead of saying, here's how amazing this wedding was, you show what couples worried about before booking the wedding, how you specifically guided them through it, and what no one tells couples until they're too deep into the process. Here are some examples of it that you can implement yourself. A planner talking about how family opinions get louder around month 3 of engagement. A photographer explaining why timeline stress peaks before the wedding and not the day of it. Or a florist explaining why some Pinterest ideas fall short in real venues. These types of posts build trust without selling. And the mistake most people make, they wait until the inquiry stage to reassure. Think about that for a second. How many couples got overwhelmed, second-guessed themselves, or just scrolled past before they reached out? By the time they're filling out your form, half of the decision-making has already been done in their head. Your job? Reassure them before they even raise their hand, before they fill out your form. Make them feel confident while scrolling. This alone can double your inquiry rate. R2 is the reveal. Here's the secret most people don't want you to know. February is about transparency, not vulnerability for engagement. Clarity for confidence. Think about it this way. In February, your goal should be to reveal everything. How decisions are getting made. What role you actually play in their wedding. Where you step in and where you don't. This is where authority lives. Authority is not, well, I've been doing this for the past 10 years, so you should book with me. Authority is, I understand the problem before you finish saying it, and I've already taken action on it. In reality, people don't care how long you've been in business for. They care that you do your job and take care of them on their special day. When you reveal your thinking to couples, they're going to borrow it. And this is what's going to set your business apart and make them compare other businesses to you instead of the other way around. R3 is reframe. This is the most important part of marketing in February, and it's that February is where couples question assumptions. Since they're already questioning things, just lean into it. Reframe things like why cheaper isn't always easier, or why more options don't actually lead to better outcomes, why timing matters more than chasing trends, or why experience saves money and stress long term. You're not convincing them to work with you outright. You're guiding them towards a solution. But along the way, you show them why you're the best person to deliver that solution for them. And no, it's not salesy. It's clarity and it's authoritative. Couples don't just hire what looks good. They hire who they trust to make the right decisions for them. This framework completely changes the game for February. So let me tell you a story. Last February, I worked with a florist who was posting beautiful designs for years. But inquiries, they were just trickling in, and it was nothing consistent. We applied the 3R framework. R1, reassure. Before couples even reached out, we posted content like, here's why this Pinterest bouquet might not translate to your venue. Most couples stress about family opinions around month 3, and here's how we handle it. And then suddenly couples started commenting before the inquiry stage, saying, oh, thank goodness someone else gets this. Their confidence grew while scrolling, before they even submitted a form. And then R2, reveal. We shared our thought process, how we plan seasonal flowers in advance, where we intervene and where we let couples have creative control, and then the timeline challenges that they wouldn't have known about without us. Couples could borrow our thinking, and they started picturing us doing the work for them long before we even talked to them about it. And then R3, reframe. Instead of generic, why we're great, we guided couples. Why cheaper options often create more headaches, why rushing trends can backfire, and how experience actually saves them money in the long run. The result of this was inquiries doubled compared to February the previous year. Not because their work changed, because the work was always amazing, but it's because couples trusted them long before they fill out the form. And here's the checklist we used when marketing in February. So ask yourself this week, am I showing couples what worries them before they even ask? Am I addressing the hidden stress points that no one else talks about? Am I giving clarity so while they scroll, they don't feel overwhelmed? Am I showing my thinking, not just my work? Am I demonstrating authority by explaining the why behind a choice? Am I challenging assumptions that couples already have? Am I guiding them towards better decisions instead of just selling them outcomes? Am I showing them why I'm the best person to deliver the solution instead of being pushy? Am I speaking directly to my ideal client type? Am I avoiding generic language that tries to appeal to everyone?